Hey, welcome to Peach's Poker Corner and welcoming today to the poker.org Legends Lounge studio is part of the Green Visor Gang. And I'm so happy they're here with me today. Isaac Jimenez and Ramon
Bueno.
Bueno. And we're practicing it because I always want to say, no bueno. And we're like, that's not his name.
We should have had a side bet for that.
For those that know that I never pronounce names correctly. I have some type of brain malfunction when it comes to names, so you could tell me it 20 times and I'm going to mispronounce it every time. So welcome, you guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here with us. And thank you to poker.org for having us and hosting us. And Tim is our tech person today. So we appreciate you, Tim, spending time with us and this beautiful set that they've provided for us. It's awesome, isn't it?
I love the Doyle shot, and I definitely love the Stewie shot.
Right. Yeah. We got Stewie in the background, some of the great legends here at the WSOP for sure. So we're going to kind of hit the ground running. First, a shout out to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, reach out to Elevator Results through their Twitter account or their website at elevatorresultspt.com. They'll be willing to help you with whatever your needs are and design a plan for you. All right, you guys, we're going to dive deep into it today. The Green Visor Gang. Let's go way back. Whose idea was it?
Oh, it was born with me and my son. At the time, he was 15 years old. There was up and coming NFT project that at the height of it all, when it was all booming. And they pretty much put out a roadmap saying, hey, we're putting out this art. Would you guys like to tap into the IP rights of it? Grab a trait that you identify with, and the Green Visor just was glowing in my face. And my son and I did our first roadmap for it. We put everything pen on paper, and within the first 48 to 72 hours, everything we put out on that roadmap was accomplished.
I'm going to stop you right there for a minute.
Sure.
So first of all, how old was your son at the time?
15.
Of course he was, right? The geniuses of our day. And second of all, how long ago was that?
3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years ago. So you guys started about 3 years ago. Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything else you wanted to continue on with?
No, that's...
Okay, perfect. So tell me how the group, like the core group grew. Did you guys all know each other before that?
So yeah, we were all diving into projects and trying to collaborate. Us, as starting with the Green Visor Gang, we started hosting poker online. That's when the community members started to come in. Asimov was the first or second or the third there from day one.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we basically took about 3 months to realize we want to do our own thing.
Love it.
And we just decided, let's get together. Out of that, a name, a logo, and more of a concept was starting to form. And we launched a Discord. Once we launched the Discord, everybody that was supporting us, kind of already telling us, if you guys had your own club, we'd support it.
Right.
They all came along.
Love it. And then so what's your membership like now? Where are you guys at as far as membership?
Well, as holders of our phase 4 passes, I believe we're just over 100 unique holders.
Awesome.
And each one of them holds multiple passes.
Right.
Outside of that, we have the verified human role, which means that we know you're not a bot. You're in our Discord.
Right.
And you get to participate in any free rolls we do or any cash games. Right. So we try to keep it to where if you want to go further in the gang, you can.
Absolutely.
And if you still just want to come in, casually play, and be part of the community, it's there for you.
Okay, so you mentioned the tournaments that you offer. Mm-hmm. So what are your typical price points for your tournaments? How often? How many times a week or a day?
Well, okay, let's say in terms of cash games, right?
Right.
We do things in a micro stake level because we want to help people come into poker.
Right.
And once, whether it's poker or NFTs, we want them to come into the ecosystem at a very low exposure.
Right.
That's been something that's kind of been a cornerstone of what our principles are.
I love it.
Is that we want to try to bring anybody in who's just interested, because the great thing about the age we live in now is that a lot of online community is as strong as in real life community. You
Absolutely.
know, if anything, we see this with the meetup games, right? And we see this with all the IRL stuff
Hmm.
we've been doing,
Right.
like how happy it makes people to know each other online for months and then get that moment
And
where they
get to
meet
meet
up the
each
first
other
time.
like we have.
Indeed.
And
Exactly.
Reaper's here
Yeah,
in
Indeed.
support
and Exec Tech
also.
always comes by,
Right.
right? And you know, we've been very blessed. I think that what we're doing at the core of anything is we want to bring like the home game feel to an online community.
Right. And I'm going to
And
tell you, I've been a supporter since
yeah,
found you guys, so to
yeah,
speak. And I did an interview of Isaac last year because I just found it so fascinating. Of course, I'm not in the NFT world. I know very little. As a matter of fact, when you were just speaking a moment ago, I was like, okay, that's already over my head. But it's okay because I know there are people out there that, understood everything he said.
right,
And that's what makes it beautiful.
right,
And that you're trying to marriage the poker world and the NFT world
Right on.
and give people opportunities in both worlds,
absolutely, yeah,
unique opportunities. And so I think one of the unique opportunities that you guys have done the last 2 years is your one shot
oh well, yeah,
program. So
yeah.
why don't you describe what that was? And it just took place. So just kind of
It's
give
had
an
two
overview.
iterations, right? Our first iteration it was called the GVG 500. Now, when we went for it, we went for it big. We're
Time
like,
out. Move up a little closer. You're getting a little, there
oh,
you go.
sorry.
Ahead.
When we no, thank you, thank you. When we started out, we thought real big. We were like, okay, we need to take 13 people to the main event, right?
Right.
And that's a pretty high price point. But we were doing things at the time where we were like, you know what, this might be possible. Then the bear market came almost at the same time in
Right.
the NFT world, and I mean also just in finance period, and that took us in the direction where we're like, okay, look, we want to set a precedent. We want to send somebody from the Web3 world to the main event.
Right.
So, you know, through the grit of my guy right here, like we were able to secure a seat, which was no easy
Which
feat,
is
right?
amazing.
So we
And
grabbed we put out a message out to many communities in the crypto space,
yeah,
and we challenged communities to
Right.
bring their 12 best players. Then we managed to get about 7 communities to come together. They all brought 12 players from each one of their communities. We played out a point system,
yeah,
Love it.
yeah,
and
and
I
that,
love this so much.
yeah, and that was this year. When we did last year's the first version of it, we had a game, and we had the two final players get there.
yeah,
One of them asked for a chop. The other guy said, "What the hell?"
and they
And they
chopped.
went for it, right? And we were like,
And of course, everybody's like, "No, we want you to go to the
right,
WSOP,
which at the
please."
end we were like, okay, you know
We
what?
still came.
It didn't happen. We're going,
Right,
right?
of course.
And we had just done the NFT Poker Championship a month before, so we were high on Vegas,
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
we were high. I mean,
It was a great experience.
these guys experienced FOMO through me because I had been here a year prior, and Mac was like, "Yo, I want to take the gang there," and I was fully with that from.
Well,
You know?
and you touched on the championship that
Yeah.
B2,
B52
B52, thank you,
Bomber.
Yeah,
B52
shout out to my guy. Yes, B52
Bomber, hosted at the Poker Ghost Studio.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about that. Let's give him a little shout out for
Well,
that
you
event
know
because
what?
it was awesome.
No, he deserves it. I mean, he had been he ran the Poker Go NFT community and the project, right? And he was doing that for Poker Go, and it still kind of does work with them. But at the time, he ran the first one, which was the NFT Invitational, and then there was the NFT Poker Championship. And for the championship, he got together with Jonathan Little and his NFT community, right? And there was sponsorship options. So we got really blessed. A good friend of ours, Token Society, helped us out and sponsored us to get 10 seats in there.
Amazing.
So
What a great opportunity.
we've been around for a couple of years and we get this shot and we're like, what? This is insane. So we got to send 10 of our community members to this.
Love it.
And we had them play out for it.
Right.
It was awesome. And then we got to all come together and attend. And again, this was the first time so many of us that we never see any of these people. Some of them I'd never even seen like a face. I
Right.
only knew
It was-
a picture and a
Right.
name.
It was really
right?
cool because we got to get a lot of online players,
Yup.
play a lot of in real life pro players. And the crazy part about it is that an actual online player won the tournament.
Love it.
So
Yeah.
we felt
Love it.
victorious.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
what was
what a
really
great
cool,
opportunity.
super cool thing, our guy Reap, that was his first time playing live. He got
Way
to
to
say
go,
that his
Reap.
first live play was at the Poker Go studio.
Amazing opportunity.
Exactly.
And how this dream 3 years ago with your son and you grew to something so spectacular.
Yeah.
The opportunity is amazing. And you guys know me well enough and have heard me say many times in my spaces on X that this poker world's big enough for all of us.
Oh yeah.
And nobody needs to gatekeep and nobody needs to, protect their area.
Yeah.
There's room for all of us and we can create so many opportunities working together
Yes.
that are amazing. And I think you guys have proven that point as
yeah.
well as others have as well, but you get what I'm saying. I think that you guys have are just on the tip of the iceberg of what this
appreciate that.
could roll
I
into,
appreciate
honestly.
that we care deeply for this. We care deeply for our community. There are some of those folks that we have known them since before we were Green Visor Gang, and they're still there with us. And then on this last phase, we saw so many players return
Love it.
that
It's amazing.
it's humbling in a lot of ways,
It's
right?
it's
it
great
it's like-
testimony, isn't
and you
it?
see people on the fringe for a bit, and you're wondering, what are you doing that's either not keeping them coming back, or what will bring them back,
Right.
and what will sustain that? And it's a lot of trial and error for us.
well,
we didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody taught this to us.
There's no book,
Besides
right?
passion.
Right. There's
Just
no book on
besides
this.
passion.
You guys
Absolutely.
are in
You-
uncharted water, and you're inventing it as you go along,
Yeah.
and you're trying to pull in, and I know you. I was trying to convince B2 Bomber was in a space when I think it was when I was interviewing him
Yeah.
because he wants to do another NFT
Oh, we would
Yes,
championship.
love
he
that.
does. Yes, he
And
does.
so, of course, I was encouraging that because I think it's so important.
Well, thanks to you, right? Last week when we were over here for the meetup game, which again, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Such an awesome experience.
Thank you.
When we were out here, we talked at dinner, and I
Right.
told him, like, my man, I'm gonna keep getting in your ear,
Right.
because we did something, and it was the second iteration. There should be a third. Now,
Right.
whether it's now, which it might be not now, right, or the end of the year,
Right.
let's build, because
And
I
I
believe
really-
in Brian a lot. Like,
Absolutely.
B's an amazing dude. Look how he pulled through last
Ab-
time, and shout outs to him
absolutely.
too, because he took the trophy home. At the
Yeah,
meetup
he
game.
was so
He
excited
took
about
that.
that.
He took the
He should be.
bobblehead shark trophy home
Yeah.
from the 5th official meetup game that we held at the Bellagio.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Which meant that he was the big cash winner of the day, and he got the bobblehead shark
Yep.
video to take home, and he was so excited. And
He
he
was.
brought us some Poker Go swag to give away that day
A
too.
whole
So
lot.
kudos
And
to him.
He never is not thinking about us. I mean, he's a member of the gang too.
Right.
And funny enough, shout out to him again. He actually gave us, well, not us when it was our first trait group.
Right.
He gave the first prize
Yes,
away.
that is
He
so
gave
cool
the
that you bring
first
that up.
prize away.
When we started our first tournament, separating from the project we started
Right.
with, or just moving on,
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
he donated an NFT to
I
us.
love it.
And that NFT was the first poker tournament, which is so amazing that you bring that up.
Yeah.
And that was the first tournament that we played. He had like bubbly skin,
Aw.
a cigar in his mouth, and a visor.
That's
And we played so hard for that game.
Of course.
And then years later, he invites us into the Invitational with Little and Kenna James and all these amazing artists as
Yeah.
well. And it was a great
It
experience.
was really awesome. I
awesome.
mean, Ryan Reese was playing there, right? And I mean, there was a few other really good players that played there. Honey
I
Love
love
was
it.
there.
Yes.
I
Well,
love it.
We had
And
a
can
great
you
time.
guys in the, watching right now or in the future, just see the passion. And when it's a
Thank you,
passion
thank you.
project, it's going to be a successful one. And yes, you guys are on bumps and bruises along the way. That's how
yeah,
it
it
works.
makes us stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You
Oh, yeah.
reevaluate, you move on, and you have some things gonna like in the future coming up. And I'm gonna put that on hold for a minute because we had some
Oh, there
stuff
we go.
we
It's
have
time.
to give
Yay.
away. Okay, we had the meetup game at the Bellagio. Shout out to the folks over there for hosting us.
Thank you to
And-
all of them. Yes.
Absolutely. And the folks at HCL, Hustler Live Casino.
Yeah, Hustler
or
Casino Live, yeah.
Hustler Casino Live. See, I told you I'm horrible with names. Raven and Ryan Feldman sent us some T-shirts for the meetup game.
Yes, they did.
But the Postal Service, as amazing as it is, made them travel around the world and back before they arrived. But they're here now. So we are going to do a drawing
Yep.
to give these 3 T-shirts away.
So cool.
And I
So cool.
actually still have, because I knew we had to do this in the future,
Yeah.
these are the tickets we used that day to give away the Malta poker package that was donated.
Such an
So
amazing
I did go down the list to make sure everybody had one in here. So I'm going to let you guys pick a name for a T-shirt. So I'll start with you.
Okay. Let's see. And
Who's the winner?
it is Ben.
Ben. Okay, Ben has a T-shirt coming.
Ben.
Congratulations. And
Let's
the
grab
second
another
T-shirt,
guy. This guy's gonna be the winner. No, let's pick this guy.
I'm gonna laugh if it's Rico.
Right.
it'll be so funny if it's one of us.
Patricia?
Oh, yes, the reporter from Poker News. Awesome.
Hey, there you go.
She'll be so excited. She had so much fun that day. She kept coming and hugging my neck
Yeah.
and telling me what fun she had. Okay, I'm going to just pick the third one, and we'll be on our way with this little project here. And it is Michael C. So
Yay,
congratulations.
Congrats to everybody.
Now I threw in something. We're going to draw for a Green Visor Gang Phase 4 pass shortly. But, you know, yesterday there was a tragedy in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And my son is a firefighter not very far from there. So those kids could have been my kids, right? And so prayers to the families of those 2 firefighters that were lost yesterday. But I have one of True Grit's. It is actually a challenge coin, but some people are using it as a card protector. So we're going to give one of those away too. So I'm going to let you go ahead and pick one for that. I love the fact we could do this live instead of me doing a video.
Yeah, and I think
Teresa.
this is really cool too. I have one of these. I love it.
Thank you. Teresa, you're going to get that card
Congratulations,
protector. So
Teresa.
congrats on that. So just a little interruption from the progress here to give that fun stuff away. Again, thank you to the guys at Hustler Casino Live.
Yeah.
Raven and Ryan Feldman. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's talk about your next phase. You want to break some news, or what do we got going on next?
Well, did we do the phase 4 drawing?
No, we're going to do that in a little bit.
Okay, because that was gonna segue. All right, now.
All right, you want to do it first? Come
You know
on.
what? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. This is for phase 4 pass.
Okay. Actually, Mac.
All right. Phase 4 pass.
Come on, Mac.
I love it. I
How
love
about
this.
you pick one too, and we give another one away if it's okay with sharing?
No kidding. Hey.
Hey, you heard it here. We're giving away
Karen
another.
is getting a free rebuy because she already has one.
All right.
Damn, Karen got another one. And
Karen Chess
Ruben.
and Ruben.
Let's go.
I love that.
And Ruben.
All right, you
That was
guys.
so cool.
Awesome.
So congratulations to them for winning
Yeah.
that phase 4 pass. And tell us what you want to tell us, Isaac.
Karen makes it so very convenient, doesn't she?
Yes.
I mean, well, you know, right now we're in the middle of phase 4, and our phases are, you know, it's a membership offering where we basically collect funds, which is what we've done from day one. Collect
Right.
funds, and we find a clever way to redistribute. So we create a structure, tournament structure. Our holders play 2 times a week, and that's right now what these people just won, right? Which is going to be awesome. Next after this, I mean, I can't say too much, but I want to say that probably our biggest shift is coming.
love
Something that I think our community will be excited about, you know, and for everybody who is not like a Web3 person who is part of our community, this is going to be an awesome way to onboard them. I think that's as much as I could say, right, Mac?
Indeed.
I love it.
I mean,
Come on, you're busting at
We-
the seams.
we-
Come on.
Oh, but see,
We-
usually I gotta
Come
tell
on.
Mac not to say some shit,
Come
so
on.
I'm trying to stop
so
myself.
we have we're in collaboration with some major names, and like you said, we're gonna bring it to the next level. For the past 3 years, our focus has really been connecting with people and setting a foundation to push
Right.
forward.
Yeah.
I feel like we're at a good place right now where we can actually really get to where we want to. One of the things that we're really passionate about is We have somebody that joins our spaces. We either have a space on Monday or Wednesday, or pop-up spaces, either through our sponsors, the Gamblers or the Golden Baboons. Those are free tournaments that anyone can come and join us.
Right.
But one of my favorite things is someone that sees the headline on the space and says, "Hey, poker free roll," and they're like, "Hey, we've never played poker before." They join the space.
Yeah.
We get them in the Discord. We get them verified. 2-3 months later, they're kicking everyone's butt on the tables. That is one of the things
Yeah.
that definitely drives us hard.
Love it.
Yeah, we've
Love
actually
it.
seen,
You notice how they just skated right out of my questions onto something else? I noticed, but I'm going to let them off the hook because I know they're trying to make that announcement at a later date. I was just trying
Oh
to
no,
pull
no,
it out of
you're,
it.
you're probably gonna help us with that announcement. but-
Yes.
because Sherry, we're gonna get you in that Discord.
You have a surprise coming for yourself as well. I
Yes.
can say that this much. We will be honoring you
Oh,
in
Lordy.
our next collection.
That is so sweet.
That is a very if you know, you know.
If you know,
but
you know.
Well, you're so sweet
know,
to
you
even
know.
think of me in that regard, honestly.
Of course.
you will
Honestly,
see.
thank you.
You will see.
Appreciate
No,
you.
listen, you've been like unofficially official for too long. So
I always say I'm an honorary member.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I don't really play poker online. I do it occasionally.
right.
And second of all, I know nothing about the NFT world, crypto, none of that stuff.
right.
And so these guys have been telling me for a year now that one of these days,
Well, see, the cool thing is this, okay? Just like you said, you're not in this world whatsoever when it comes to the NFT crypto side of things,
Right.
right? But yet, something about what we're doing, it resonates with you in some way that you support it.
absolutely.
So
'Cause I love poker, right?
I think that's what that's kind of what we want to drive home. Not everybody, these are not the biggest screens on earth, one, and these screens can mess your eyes up. But regardless, you can play on a computer, you can play on
Right.
a tablet. There's always a way to find yourself in the game with us.
Sure.
Is the point.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
So at the end of the day, I love to see that. Like for example, Dana, right, who's now one of our co-hosts in the morning show. She's really cool. She just jumped in, already played in a couple of games.
She's been showing. She's so awesome.
Yeah,
she's
and
very active.
she's in our general chat.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
we love that.
a
We love
reason
that.
a reason behind why we like involving crypto is for transparency. Every transaction that's made on the blockchain is locked, right?
Right.
You burn
Right.
gas and it's locked in.
Right.
So when we are doing an event like the One Shot where we all chipped in to get a seat satellite to the
Right.
World Series of Poker, there was a transaction where the funds went to
Yeah.
and what happens with the funds. So it's for pure transparency that we use the blockchain because some people can be flaky.
Absolutely.
like anything,
we all
you
know.
know-
We all know.
Poker players have trust issues.
We
So
all know.
the blockchain is is us saying, hey, here it is. There's nothing.
course.
This is where the funds go. This is how the funds go out.
Yeah.
Of
and
course.
we've used the same wallet for 3 years, and we're very proud of what we've given out over 140 Ethereum in 3 years, which is north of like 600-700K. And for a project of just a passion. We want to thank our community for giving us the opportunity to do the right thing
Hell yeah,
and
like,
pay
we love
out.
y'all.
So at the end of the day, like you said, this is so early, and we're not in a rush.
Right.
We're not in a
Right.
rush.
There's no need to be.
Like we
We're
got
not-
to that
There's no
number.
need to
We got
be.
to that number in so effortlessly is one thing that I think is a testament to the fact that we think long term. We didn't say like
Absolutely. And you want to do it right.
accumulate,
You
accumulate.
guys
Let's
wanna
hit
do it
this
right.
number. Let's hit this metric. If anything, the metric that we always want is we always want new players, right? 'Cause
Everyone, yeah.
eventually, we walk around here, for example, right? Walking around the horseshoe and being in the mix of it. We got here right when break let out, and that energy.
Love
right?
it.
And for someone to come up and tell
A
us like,
salmon
"Oh, hey, I
swimming
know you
upstream."
guys,"
Oh, that was awesome.
right? So,
Yeah.
so eventually we want to see everybody with a GVG shirt. Eventually we want to see people
Right,
like
of
really,
course.
really in there.
Of
And
course.
we want to do a lot more in real life.
And, I'm going to say, just from what I've seen over the last 12 or 15 months, however long it's been, you guys are doing a lot. And the fact that you're doing it at a pace that is sensible is going to be the longevity of the project, really.
I agree.
And you are crossing bridges that have never been crossed before. And you are adjusting when there's something that's not so good. We're going to adjust and go back this way
Yeah.
and do it a little differently. And that continues to make things successful
yeah.
in the long run. Now, I want to know if If I were someone new to the community and just hearing about you for the first time, where should I get information and how do I sign up and who should I contact?
Easiest thing to do is get on X or Twitter and follow at Green Visor Gang. Um, we pretty much run everything through there outside of Discord.
Okay.
And through our X handle, you can find our Discord link and get into our Discord community. And that's where the deeper information lies for, all of the free rolls that come up.
Right.
Everything originates there before it hits X, right? So you don't have to be on both, but it's good for you to do it because we're constantly updating. And, we
Right.
have a Wednesday space that's been going on. We're pretty much for Web3 poker, probably the longest running. I
Right.
mean, we're going for 3 years now with our
Nice.
sponsor, the Golden Baboons.
Love
And,
it.
shout out to them. They've believed in us since day one, and we're very loyal.
And I've been in those spaces and heard the relationship you have with the Golden Baboons.
Yeah.
And
They're
it's
amazing.
amazing.
It's deep.
It's
Yeah, it's
deep.
deep.
And again, longevity, right?
Yeah.
And you guys work on projects together and they support you and you support them. And yeah,
Definitely.
it's a great relationship.
It
for
really
sure.
is, and it's been very beneficial for both of us. Like this year, we're proud to have some of their merch that they made, like in collaboration with
Right.
us. Like we've gotten to this point where now some of our sponsors are like, you know what, we want you guys like wearing the brand out there because they know that we're coming.
Right.
Like we're here this year, we'll be here next year.
Absolutely. And I thank
So-
you guys because you've always supported me.
Absolutely.
And when I've done meetup games, you've donated stuff for me to give away, like the passes, and you've given me T-shirts before,
Yeah.
and you've supported me since day one, and I appreciate you guys for that for sure. I also want to talk about you guys coming to the meetup games.
Yeah.
Tell us what your experience was the first time you came to a meetup game.
Okay. My first meetup game was the Sahara game, and R.I.P. the Sahara Poker.
Right. We're kind of disappointed that the poor
I'ma start right
Sahara's.
there. I'ma
Yeah.
start right there.
We are. We're
One
disappointed.
of the
It's-
nicest poker rooms ever that is no longer here.
Yeah.
But
God bless.
yeah, seriously. But that meetup game was really special. I got to meet Software Brian for the first time, which is also another stand-up guy. Love Software Brian.
Yes, and he took a bad beating.
Yeah.
We'll never live that down. But go ahead.
From me. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. But and that's because he's a great player. You know?
Absolutely.
He's a great player.
Absolutely.
And I got to meet Joey. Got to meet Sean for the first time, even though I had
And we're
known him
talking
in
about
spaces.
Joey Ingram and Sean McCormick.
Yeah,
For those
yeah.
that don't know.
Shout out to them. Also really cool individuals. Like, I ain't shit, and all of these people, act like we know each other for so long because of small interactions, and it was so cool to just laugh, throw cards around. I mean, that game was also awesome because then we played Crazy Pineapple.
Right.
after,
I tied
right?
it to the tournament.
Yeah, and then I put in my stack to Caitlin because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm glad she went
He
far.
was just giving them away that day.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should
I
have
mean,
been
I
there.
got there, right? But then I was like, oh, look, I don't want these. And yeah, off they went in her direction.
And again,
But-
building community, right?
Yeah.
We brought people from different areas of poker, the NFT world, the poker NFT world, and social
and
media content people.
Shout out to you, though. I got to let people know, we turned a poker room that was pretty much empty all the time. That night, out of nowhere, we filled up like 4 or 5 tables just because we piqued everybody's interest as they were walking by. Like, oh, snap, people are playing there.
Yeah.
So
they
next
came.
thing you know, when the Crazy Pineapple tournament happened, we tripled up
Yeah, it
their
was
usual
fun.
attendance, which was cool.
Well, thank you.
You
And
know?
honestly, it was just, I have played Crazy Pineapple there before, and
Yeah.
I wanted to tie that meetup game to that tournament,
which was cool.
and also bring some folks to that
Mm-hmm.
poker room. Because I love the fact that they were doing a tournament that no one else was doing and at a low price, so people can go try it and learn the game, right?
Exactly.
And so, and
Also, I was the splash
Thank
pot
you.
king of that game.
oh my God, he was taking all the prizes
Undefeated.
home.
It was year
think I
one
took-
and done, huh?
No, because the last meetup game,
He was never invited again.
actually, right after that, at the first one at the Bellagio, I got a lot of like stuff. I got the card protectors and I got a couple hats
Right.
from Jeff with 2 F's.
Right.
Right, and then a couple other things, but man, I missed out on all of the Aria gear, all of the Bellagio gear.
It's never what you really want.
Oh man, it was like, oh yeah, I won this one, huh? Oh yeah, I want this
He
one.
was a little disappointed he didn't
It's
get
all
any of
right.
that
It's
gear,
all
but
right.
you know,
But you
there's
know
always
what?
next time.
Exec Deck ran great in the last one.
Yeah,
I was
he
happy
did.
to see
He
him
did.
come up.
He was winning
right?
everything too this time.
Yeah, Reap got the Hellmuth book. I got
Yeah.
the McAvoy book, which I'm super, super like. As soon as all of this is over this summer,
I know
I'm gonna
that's
dig
right.
into that book because it's a Bible-sized
Well,
book.
you better bring some highlights to share with it
I will.
in our
I will.
spaces.
I'll be glad to. I'll be glad
I
to.
would love that. And speaking of our spaces, I want to give a shout out to ourselves.
Hey,
Normally on
us.
Friday night, I do a 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific space in X,
Yeah.
and it's typically an interview of somebody in the poker world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did deviate one time, and I interviewed
Fun guy.
an Olympic athlete, an Olympian. We did do that at the kickoff
Yeah.
of the Olympics last year, and it was delightful. A young lady that played tennis with my daughter growing up, and they were
cool.
actually doubles partners on the pro circuit. Wow. Nicole Malakar, and she's still on the circuit. Great gal. But other than that, I do typically interviews with poker players on Friday night.
Yeah.
During the summer for summer camp did the WSOP, and then this past year I did it for the WPT, a daily show. So
Yeah.
every day at 9 a.m. Vegas time, we do a Vegas poker, coverage show.
Yep.
And we talk about everything Vegas poker at the Bellagio, at the MGM,
Everywhere.
Aria, South Point, Red Rocks, the Nugget, the Orleans, the Horseshoe, the Venetian, the Wynn. Did I leave anybody out?
I mean, no.
Okay, now we added the Planet Hollywood and Caesars,
Yeah.
but we do.
Even
we talk,
Red Rock.
Yeah.
We try to
Right.
tell you about everything that's going on around.
Right,
and, I mean,
Mandolin Bay,
but not just
Westgate.
that though, because that's just one part. The fact that you also do detailed breakdowns of whatever happened WSOP,
Right.
winners, and all of that. I mean, it's a lot.
My
of work.
favorite. My
It's a lot of
favorite.
work.
It's what's to have in your backpack.
Yeah.
That's important.
Absolutely,
so
we did
important.
that the first week.
Yeah, no, that's
And,
true. It's so true though.
It is true. The first 2 weeks we covered like different things in Vegas to do,
Yeah.
like which dispensaries you should go to, which strip clubs you should go to, and if you want to marry that stripper and you need a chapel, which white chapel you should go to,
Yes.
and for those sinners,
sorry about that.
sinners out there, which church or synagogue you should go to on the weekend. So we covered everything:
yeah.
where to shoot a machine gun, where to take a
All
helicopter
the
ride,
important stuff.
right?
If you're here
My
in town,
my favorite space was by far the one with DMC
Oh,
when
very
he
good.
broke down what he thought was like a great poker
Right.
player. That
Yeah.
hit home, and it changed a lot of my distraction when I'm playing and not being in the moment and focus. And I actually got to get the one shot just thinking of his speech that day. So thank you for that
Thank you.
space, and
Appreciate
thank
it.
him for sharing
Yeah,
because
and
It was great.
It
Great
hit
guy,
me
too.
hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
DMC really laid it on us that day about being aware of your surroundings, kind of using your third eye for those that know what that means, and being present and in the moment. And it was a
Definitely.
great space. I
so good.
appreciate your
It was
kind
so
words.
good.
And
And
it's
DMC's
on my
another friend of ours
Right.
too, because we met him through the NFT Poker Championship,
Right.
and B52,
Right.
And he slid in. Funny enough, I'll always
crazy
remember
fun
this.
story.
When I met him, I thought he was someone else.
We thought he was one of our.
thought he was-
We're
yeah.
always online, right?
Yeah.
So we met here at the Horseshoe at the lobby, and we saw him. He joined the group. We gave him all the merch, the hoodie, and he's like, "I'm not part of your team."
He wasn't even
guys."
one of you.
Yeah,
If I was him, I
yeah.
would have just been like, "Thanks, see you
He
later."
was just so honest.
No, but he's an
Yeah,
honest dude.
of course, none of us. Bad karma, bad
Yeah,
karma.
no,
Yeah, for
really
sure.
cool.
What an experience.
He's also
love
been
it.
a member of the community, and we are very lucky that a lot of people that we didn't even know how they got to us. Turns out they were already there with us,
Right.
And things like that. And every one of them, we always find out, are like super, super cool, super humble people.
Well, and we learned so much from each other.
Yeah.
And that day we were learning from DMC for sure.
It was-
Yeah.
And he's very in tune, and he was making us think outside
yeah.
of the box.
Yeah.
And I will tell you the recording of that space is on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
At Sherry Pluskota 9212, and I do recommend you go back and listen to that
Follow.
one.
Follow.
And thank you. Please follow, subscribe. It's free of charge. All of my spaces are there. The recordings of interviews, the daily
It's
shows.
an archive with a lot of value.
And there's a lot
no,
there.
Listen,
There's a lot there.
just the Dara interview, right?
Daryl Kearney.
I gotta say again, And
Well-
then we haven't even talked about some of the heavy hitting ones, Sherry. Like, again, you're a sweet, humble person. Like, you when you interviewed Scotty, like
Oh yeah,
th-
that's my favorite.
that was it.
Yeah,
That was
that
it
to
right
me,
there.
It was amazing.
That was a big one.
I'm
When
just
you
gonna
interviewed
tell you,
Ash,
it was amazing.
like you put me on to Ash, right?
Right.
And then she's a killer. Like
Right.
I love seeing what she does,
Right.
right? And
And I'm going to just say, to stop you for a minute, that Scotty win, we did a 2 interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one was a little rough. And so
Yeah.
I asked him to come back again because I just felt like there's a lot that we didn't cover.
Yeah.
When I say it was rough, it just wasn't complete in my eyes.
Right.
Like there was still much to be said, and we wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
And so he did. He came back on a week or 2 later. And honestly, I never knew the story of his life until that day.
we learned about
And-
his first day in Vegas.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, and we're
was
not, and we're going to keep it, we're not going to go into it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say to you that I was in tears.
Yeah.
We all were.
Others were in tears
all were.
listening to his story of how he came to the
And he
United
was-
States
and he
and
was
the
so-
plight.
So vulnerable.
Right.
And
Right.
to be that trusting of you, right? To make sure that you can help him and take care of him while he's giving such a vulnerable story to everybody, which I got to tell you, it's something that
was
when
the-
you listen to it,
Yeah.
it's worth another listen because
Thank you.
it will motivate
Thank
you.
you.
It will tell you, like, against all odds, if you want to do it, you can do it. I mean, the man's a champion.
And at the same time, you felt his hustle through the mic. Like he was like on it. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
had intent in everything he did.
Yeah.
And it was
Very powerful.
It was
Yeah.
Very powerful. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day. For me, and I don't even know if I can describe it properly, but to me, what he went through in real life was so much
Yeah.
that when he gets to the poker, and he had to problem solve a lot
A
of
lot, a
drastic
lot.
things,
Very true.
that when he gets to a poker table, it must seem so simple and uncomplicated.
That's a good perspective.
And
Yeah.
because it is in comparison to his life of getting to where he is today.
Right, like this is nothing.
Right.
Let's go.
I mean, that's
Like,
kind of how it
yeah.
it
I love
comes
his
to me
attitude
like
too,
that.
though.
I love him.
And
I
hear
love
him say "baby,"
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like I wish I could make that like my message thing. You know what I mean? Just
love
call,
it.
baby.
I
Just
love
call,
it.
and it'll,
Over,
it'll all
baby.
be over. It's so fire.
call this over, baby.
I love that.
All right, I want to wrap this up because we are getting lengthy here.
Yeah.
Is
We
there?
always yap with each other.
Of course, because we just love what we're doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just passion, people. All of us love what we're doing. We love poker, and
Definitely.
we want to share, and we want people to be involved with what we're doing.
Absolutely.
For sure. Is there anything you want to bring up that I have not brought up that you want to cover?
Mac?
I want to thank D-Man. D-Man, when you watch this, our community
Bro.
manager. I want to send
We
you all
love
the
you,
love in the
bro.
world, D-Man.
We love you.
It just wouldn't be the same without you. Want to shout out the community, and I want to thank you for being so inclusive. You're a star, right, in this world. You're a legend in the space,
Well,
and
you're
you
very
welcome. You
thank you.
welcomed us, you embraced us, and you didn't
support us.
gatekeep. You support us, and that really echoes with me forever and ever. To share the seat and the stage and a mic with you, it's an honor. So thank you.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry now. Stop, y'all.
I'm gonna try to make
Thank
you
you.
not burst, but before I do
Thank
want
you
to say
for those kind words.
thank you. Yes, thank you, D-Man. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you, JB. Thank you, JB. Right?
safe.
Thank you, Rather. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you to Exec Deck. And Exec Deck, I say him like best for last style because Exec Deck, without him even being part of behind the scenes and what we do, has always been like right there. Like, how can I help?
Yep.
Tell me what you're doing. Bounce ideas
100%.
off me. Use me, right? And I love that. And we've met people like that. And we also shout out to some former team members, that are no longer with us, that have moved on. We appreciate y'all too, because everybody that has ever been a part of this with us is why we're here.
100%. Everybody matters.
Yeah, everybody matters.
100%.
Our community, thank you. Like from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We just want to go further. And besides that, thank you, Sherry.
You bet.
as always.
You are
You already
most
know.
welcome. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll make sure we don't get you bursting. So
Thank you. Please don't make me cry on camera.
No.
When I'm on space, I could just shut my mic off for a
Yeah,
second. It's like,
yeah,
no, we're on
yeah.
camera, and it's a whole different ugly
don't
crying
even worry about it.
situation.
I'm gonna sap myself, so don't even worry
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
not all cry.
Yeah.
Please.
But
I
yeah,
appreciate you.
aside from that, I would just say that again, if you don't have the time to go to your local casino, if you want to get with a group of people that have fun, we talk a whole lot of shit on our tables. People win actual prizes,
Right.
actual tangible
And they
things.
do shit
You
talk
want to
well.
polish
know.
your online game with true DJs? Come check
And
us
even
out.
your live game, no, and even your live game.
That's a great tagline.
Yeah.
That should be a tagline on something y'all do. Mark that.
We don't mark this shit. Okay, okay.
Well,
so
you know, Little got his first bracelet online, and
shout out to man,
Shout out
shout
to
out to
Little.
Jay Little.
Love
You know
that
what?
guy.
He showed us a lot of love.
yes,
Funny enough, before he met us at the NFT Poker Championship, we had hit him, and you know he was like, right, but understandably so, right?
Of course, it's online. You don't know
Then
anybody.
he meets us, and he's like, "Oh, that's you guys?
you guys
All right, cool."
I love
and
it.
and
It's
after
awesome.
that, just
I love
such
it.
a stand-up guy. He invited us to his
course.
meetup
Breakfast.
We're in his community as well. Some of us are holders in his community. I've actually won a few times over there.
Love it.
Some of those people have come over to our community.
Love it.
You know, he's a great dude, not only in poker but also in the Web3 world. Like he really
Yeah,
digs
and he's
art,
really passionate.
right.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's
So
very
he's-
passionate.
he's-
Shout out to him. We appreciate him. You know?
Absolutely.
He's a good example of everything DMC talked about as well. Super hyper focused in the
Facts.
moment.
Facts.
I'm
Right.
here, you know.
And
Love it.
somebody else who I want to give a shout out to is Kenna James.
Love Kenny.
Kenna deserves
Love
a lot of
Kenna.
love. Kenna is been a coach to me, been a friend, and a big supporter of us when he's been around.
Right,
You know, he's
right.
always busy.
Right. He's
The
a busy man.
plays.
He's a
And
busy
the
man,
man
and he's
coaches,
and he
and-
supported me in spaces, and I took a little of
Yeah.
I had a session
I
with
got a
him
lot of
as
love
well,
for Kenna,
and
so I
love it.
We needed to say what's up about that.
Yep.
And besides that, I just thank everybody. That's it.
appreciate you guys. Appreciate you and
Thank
the
you,
Green
Sherry.
Visor Gang. You know, I'll do anything I can to support you guys because I think you're onto something that's not been done before in the way you guys are doing it, and I'm here for it.
Cool.
I may not understand it all, but I'm here for it.
We'll get you there.
Truth be told, I don't understand it all, so it's okay.
Actually, anyone that tells you they understand it all, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We all get it. But I appreciate y'all joining me today. And of course, poker.org for allowing
Thank
us to
y'all.
do this. Thank you so
Especially,
much.
yes,
Thank you.
poker.org. This is
Appreciate
amazing.
appreciate everyone. Those that are going to be watching this replay, I appreciate you.
Yes.
Come see us 7 days a week while the WSOP is in town, live on X Spaces, 9 a.m. Vegas time. So thank you. Much love. Appreciate you listening today.